Okay, so recently Drake got exposed for yet another reference track.
Another one.
For his song Mob Ties, one of his most memorable songs. And I'm gonna say it, Vori did it better. But that's not the point of this video. Today, we're gonna be talking about lies. People lie for many different reasons. Typically people lie for selfish reasons, but sometimes people lie to protect people and with other people in mind. But regardless of your reasons for lying, whether big or small, they will always come back to bite you. Now, this is a perfect example because Drake spent all these years masquerading as a lyrical genius, as somebody who wrote their own music, sung their own music, and performed their own music. But the whole time he wasn't writing anything. He just sang somebody else's lyrics, which explains why all of his music comes off so soulless and impersonal. It's crazy, and recently he's been getting exposed for it. Reference track after reference track after reference track, just the entire OVO sweatshop conspiracy, or not even conspiracy because it's basically proven at this point that all of the artists he signs just become his personal writers. And you hear all these reference tracks leaked by his various artists. It starts to get really confusing because how did we never see this? How did we never understand that he was a fraud? He was on that one, I think it was Funkmaster Flex, when he was really early in his career, faking a pre-written freestyle. Now, what kind of sense does that make? You're faking that you pre-wrote a freestyle, and then at one point, bro, they switch the beat and he just sits there for
I'm gonna get this. Hold on, can we come back? Can we do it? Can we come back? Yeah. Nice. I'm gonna get him. I can't give him everything, Flex. You want me to do it again?
For like 10-20 seconds trying to catch the beat. After seeing that video, there was no doubt in my mind that this dude was like, had no part in writing any song he ever performed. Generally speaking, bro, people do not like being deceived. Once you tell one lie, then you gotta tell another lie to back up that lie, and it just becomes a mountain of lies. And that mountain of lies is destined to fall down. Like we saw with Drake, man. First he wrote his own music, then he tried to keep up the good image, then all that type of stuff. He wanted to be the perfect rapper pop star. And then once we discovered one of those lies, they all came crumbling down. Now, this is exactly why you shouldn't lie in the first place, and you should just be honest about everything. Not completely honest. You don't have to be 100% honest about everything in your life because we all have things that are private, but be honest about the things that matter. Catch yourself before you start to lie. And at times people could lie because they feel like they know what the person wants to hear. In my life when I was younger, like 18, and I would encounter women, I would tell them I was 18 and they would be like, oh, you're a baby, you're so young. And like women would be 19, 20 years old. That always like messed with me. I was so tired of hearing you're a baby. So what I started doing was I would lie to these women about my age and say I was 21. Sure, I would have better chances with women, but the next link I would have to explain myself at certain points. Or maybe I'd be talking about my life and I would have to change timestamps to match up with the story I was telling. At a certain point, I just quit it with that altogether, and I told those women, you know, like, I'm really 18. You know, a lot of the ones that I would already lied to, they would just cut me off completely, and it would really affect them, like the fact that I deceived them. Because what matters to people is not the truth. What they want to hear doesn't matter as much. What matters is feeling deceived, feeling cheated. So what I started doing was I started being honest. I would tell women who were 21, 22, yeah, I'm 18, and they would mess with it. Even though I was 2-3 years younger than them, they would appreciate the fact that I was honest, and I didn't try to qualify myself to them by compromising my own truth, by trying to cater to what they wanted to hear. And people have the utmost respect for honest people. See, I was watching this movie the other day. It's called The Book of Clarence. It's a great movie. It's biblical era. This dude basically sees Jesus and sees all the love he's getting, and he's like, you know what, he's broke and stuff. He sees all the free money Jesus gets, he gets free clothes, he gets everything. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna pretend to be the Messiah. So he pretends to be the Messiah. He goes around faking miracles and tricking people into believing that he can work miracles. And everybody believes him, everybody gives him money, and they treated him like the new Messiah. He got all the praise, he got all the money, he got all the shine. And he was like, it's my time. But then when it all happened, it didn't feel right to him. It felt wrong because he knew he was wrong. And lies weigh on your psyche like nothing else. It will turn something that you always dreamed of, that you always wanted in your life, into your worst nightmare. It'll cause you to not appreciate anything that you worked for, or I hate to bring this back to Drake, but gambling addictions, all that type of other stuff, bro, man, it wasn't what he thought it was. was. But back to the movie. He gets all the money, he gets all the success, he gets all the power and the love from the people. And then one day the Romans come in and they're like, where is your Messiah? And they snatch him up. And everybody's like, work a miracle, work a miracle. And he couldn't work a miracle. When it was time for him to prove that he was a Messiah, they essentially said, if you can walk on water, we're gonna do something to you. If you fall and sink, then we're gonna let you free. And he goes to walk on the water, and the first actual miracle happened. He walks on the water. So even though he was lying to everybody, it looks to the people like he was actually the Messiah. So they end up, you know what they did to the Messiah, and that's how it ends. Now, if he just told the truth the whole time, sure he would be broke. Sure he would still be in his life of crime, doing what he did in the past, but he wouldn't be consumed by that guilt. He wouldn't know that he was wronging the people that were loving him. He wouldn't have to see his family members cry. He wouldn't have to see the girl that he loves cry because he's not gonna be around no more. All because he wanted superficial things like fame and fortune. And I think this is an interesting parallel to draw because it's similar in the story that we're talking about today with Drake. For fame and fortune, he lied and went against everything that is moral to achieve exactly what he wanted in life, but in the end it wasn't enough. And you see it in his life. He never seemed like he was really content. He never seemed like he really had what he wanted in life. If you look at his discography, you can tell in the music, man. In all of Drake's albums, man, you could feel that there's something missing. His last good album was called Her Loss, and he's like 36 making For All the Dogs, talking about like, oh, we outside. He doesn't have the things that matter in life. He only has the fame and fortune, and he put all of his efforts into getting that fame and fortune, sacrificing all morals and whatnot. That's why it's important to be honest, not just with the world, but with yourself. Honesty starts within. If you're honest to yourself, then you won't feel the need to have to lie to other people. You won't feel the need to have to deceive people to make them think you're something that you're not if you're comfortable in your own skin and you know who you are. If you lie in everything in your life, how are you going to be able to differentiate the lies you tell to yourself? Certain rappers, bro, will go around saying, oh, I'm this big tough street guy, but in real life they're square. And it's like, if you were just square from the jump, bro, nobody will want to come out on Instagram with your graduation pictures and you doing all type of goofy stuff on TikTok and YouTube. You know, if you were just square all the way through, I guarantee you when I'm up, people aren't going to pull up my old YouTube videos talking about, oh, look at him, bro, he used to make self-motivational content. Because that's who I am, bro, and I'm gonna be who I am when I'm broke, when I'm rich, whoever I am. I'm not gonna change up for the industry. I'm not gonna change up for other people because I wouldn't change up for myself. I had struggles with that in the past, and I feel like we all have. We all had identity struggles where we don't really know who we are, but when you're really honest with yourself, those struggles become smaller obstacles. Osama's son, he was like a gangster rapper the whole time. He was really like on TikTok and like on YouTube doing like smash or pass or whatever, and people found those videos and now they want to go expose him. The only reason that's happening is because he told lies. If he told the truth from the jump, nobody would have a problem with him making YouTube videos, making TikTok dances, bro, no matter how zesty they are, bro. You could be who you are if you're gonna be who you are, but if you're gonna be who you are here and then not who you are there, people don't know what to trust. And how do you expect to win the people over if they can't trust you? That's just repulsive behavior. And we'll see it cause people's downfall time and time and time again until people stop doing this, or certain people stop doing this. They will never find true sustainable success.